Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python and Pandas tutorial series. In this video, we will cover variables and data types in Python. In fact, these two are building blocks of every program you write in Python. By the end of this video, you will understand how Python stores different kind of data like numbers, text, and so on. Let us get started. What are variables? We can call a variable like a container which stores some data in Python. So you can treat that as a labeled box for holding some information. For example, there is a container and there is some information in that container and there is a label on that container. So you can consider that as a variable. For example, we can store our age into a variable by providing that a name as age. So if you want to store your age in Python, you can create a variable called age and assign it some value. As the example shown on the screen, age is the variable name and 25 is the value which is being stored into the age variable. And to assign some value to variable, we are using the assignment operator, which is a single equals to for that. So let us see how this works in Python code. For that, open your Visual Studio Code and create a new Python file and name that as variablesdemo.py. In that, as we have seen in the example, take a variable with the name age and provide some value into that. The value is 25. Got it? And try to print the value of age. So whenever we want to refer to the value which is actually stored in the variable age, we can simply use the name of the variable, which is age, and putting semicolon at the end of the statement is up to you. Python is not going to complain whether you keep the statement termination operator or not, right? If you are coming from Java or C# background, you are accustomed to keep the statement terminator operator, which is semicolon. So there is no harm using semicolon here. Save this and run the code. Clear the console and instead of hello world.py, variablesdemo.py. See, the value 25 is printed on the screen, but we never printed directly 25 using the print statement. But we used age inside the print statement and 25 is saved in age, hence 25 is printed on the console. So variables are created when you assign a value using the assignment operator, which is equal to here. And you have to remember variable names should be descriptive and follow some naming rules. It's not mandatory to provide a descriptive name, but that helps the users in identifying the purpose of the variable. And the rules while declaring any variable to be followed are you have to use letters, numbers, underscores in the variable names and make sure you are not providing any spaces in between the letters which are you are using in the variable name. Like for example, if you want to have a first name variable, first name, which is valid, and if you keep some space in between these two, first and name, it's not a valid variable name. So make sure there are no spaces in the variable names. So in short, speaking about variable means a variable is a named container which stores some information in Python. Now let us see data types in Python. If you observe at the example we have written sometime before, we did not specify any data type. And what is data type? The type of data you are saving in any variable is nothing but data type. For example, in the age you saved 25, which is a whole number, and that is called an integer data type. But if you see, we did not mention any data type when we declared age variable. How that was possible? Python did not return any error means Python automatically understands the type of the data whenever you are assigning some value to the variable. And if at all sometime you want to check what type of data a variable contains, then you can use the type of function. We will discuss about functions in our further videos. But for now, remember you can use type of function to check the data type of the variable. We will see that in action. Switch to your Visual Studio Code and we have a variable called age. Now I want to know what type of data age actually holds. We can see like print and type of age. If you write something like this and run the code, you will see class int. So the integer data type value is saved into the variable age. Similarly, if we take more variables like height equals to 5.6 and name or first name equals to Raja, and if you try to see the type of height as well as type of first name, and if you run the program after saving, you see float and string are the types of height and first name. So the data type integer, which is the class int, it is representing the whole numbers, and float is for decimal numbers. And if you have some text data which is enclosed in double quotations, then it is of type string data type. Along with this, we also have one more data type called boolean. For example, is senior equals to true. So I have a variable called is senior and I saved some value called true. If I want to know the type of the variable is senior, you can write print type of is senior, and if you run this after saving, you will see the data type as bool, which is boolean data type, and it holds either true or false. Things to remember here is Python automatically understands the type of the data you assign to a variable, because we never told what type of data we are going to save in any of these variables, and we never mentioned explicitly that this is the type of the data also, but based on the value we give to the variable, the data type is determined. And if you want to know the data type which actually stored in some variable, means you can use the type of function. Now let us see variable reassignment and dynamic typing in Python. We call Python is dynamically typed, means you can change the value and even the type of the data stored in a variable. For example, we already have some variables and those have some data. In the variable age, if you want to save 30, you can reassign the value 30. As well as if you want to save the data type, if you want to change the data type of the variable also, that is possible, because Python does not require specifying the data types, and variables can be reassigned to store different types of data also. Let us see that. We have multiple variables over here, and I will take one more variable called temp variable. Temp equals to 100 initially, and if I print the type of variable temp as well as if I print the value temp, you will see 100 and integer for the value and type of temp variable. If you want, you can change the value in temp by reassigning some new value. So now I assign 200 to temp. So the new value of temp will be 200 from this line. And if you see this, the value and type of temp, you should expect the value should be 200, but still the type will be integer only. Run this and see the value is changed to 200 and the type of the variable is int. And if you reassign temp with some string, maybe my name Raja, and if you try to print the value and type of temp variable, then you will see both the value and type are changed. The value is Raja and the new type is string. So temp is no longer an integer or a floating point number. Now it is string, and you still will be able to change it back to 100 as well. That's up to you. Now let us do some hands-on using all these concepts we learned. For that, I will create another file, variables demo2.py, and I will take some variables like name equals to, and in that I will save Raja, and another variable called age equal to 30, and maybe is underscore programmer equals to true. So these are the These are the three variables I have taken. Now, as I have shown earlier, we can print the value of the variables and type of the variables as well by using the respective syntax. Print name will print the value, print name, and print type of name will print the type of the variable name, and clear the output and run this instead of demo2.py. So see, we got Raja and string. Now we will discuss about one more concept called f-string. So what is f-string? Means we can pass an f-string to print statement so that it will format the output based on the variables we use. We will see how to write that. So instead of writing all these in separate lines, we can club all into the same print statement. How we can do that is print and start with f followed by double quotes, and in that whatever you want to see on the console exactly, like maybe my name is space and I want to get the value which is stored in the variable name, so put that in curly braces name followed by some other value you want to display, maybe comma my age is, and the value stored in age, and I am a, like that, programmer. And for this I just want to print either true or false based on the value which is stored in is programmer variable, like this. So the entire part, this part is known as an f string. So it is actually used for formatted output. So you can combine variables and text using the f strings. And if you comment this and execute the new code, you will see my name is Raja, my age is 30, I am a programmer. In that we got true. Great. Now you know how a variable works and what are the data types in Python. In the next video, we will see how we use some operators for some calculations and comparisons. Make sure to do some hands-on on the variables and data types, and don't forget to provide your doubts and questions in comment section. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.